Hey everyone, I'm Taylor, and welcome back to the We Aim to Slay Self. It's been a while since I was posting consistently at all. I've been getting better about it recently, but just to kind of address it, right? This whole sort of live stream series is about protecting our self-care and making time for it, right? So that is what I've been doing. I've been really working on taking some time and prioritizing my mental health so that I actually have creative output to bring things to you, and I'm doing better now. So without further ado, I see my guest is here. I'm going to bring her on and let her introduce herself. Bear with me for technical difficulties, as always. Okay, let's see. It says it's working, but here we go. It's working.
Am I sideways?
Good morning.
Good, oh, good morning. Am I sideways to you?
No, am I to you?
No, I'm sideways to me, but that's fine.
That's so weird. Yours the same orientation as my camera
Oh,
is on my
okay. I already know what I look like, so we're good. I don't need to look.
end. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing so well. How are you doing?
We're doing
We're,
well. We're
we're
getting
getting
there.
through the week.
So I haven't officially introduced you yet. I like to have people introduce themselves. I feel like, we're able to give a better summary of who we are. So if you'd like to take a chance to introduce yourself.
Sure. So, first of all, I'm sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. If you hear the bone, he's very excited right now to be here too.
I'll
Um,
apologize for my dog in the hall then.
he's part of my self-care, so I figured he deserves his moment. But my name is Christina Judd. I am a 27-year-old registered nurse from Connecticut. I've been in the pageant world since I was about 13 or 14. I actually met your mom, Taylor, years and years ago.
I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I cannot remember where for the life of me we've met, but I vaguely remember it being like NAM or something.
Yes, it was like NAM, co-ed, all of that fun stuff when we were all, 10, 15 years younger.
God,
Um,
I hate that it's measured by that much time.
it's crazy because when you see the
It's really been
pictures
that
now of
long.
girls, I'm like, that's me, right? Like that should be me, right? And it's like, oh my goodness, it's a whole new generation.
It's so weird. And
Yeah.
honestly, I think what's crazy now is that like the Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America title holders are kids that I babysat at those pageants because I was a teenager and they were children like under the age of 10, and their parents were like, yeah, we totally trust you, and I'm like, now they represent their whole state.
And you
Like,
still
that's
think they're like
insane.
5 years old in your head.
Yeah,
It's crazy. But it's all part of the journey, all part of the ride. That's life.
exactly. So sorry, I totally interrupted you. So you were
No,
saying that you've been involved in pageants for basically ever.
for a while now, over 10 years now, yes. Um, Recently competed at Miss Connecticut USA. And now I'm just kind of taking the summer off and taking some time off to just figure out who Christina is and what her next goals are.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me, like, what are some of those goals? What have you been working on? What are some of those things?
For so long in my life, I feel like I have been a goal oriented person and I've always had to work for something, whether it's getting a higher degree, getting a promotion, getting another certification, a title. And recently this summer, and I actually have went back to therapy and kind of realized like it's okay to not have a goal. So that's honestly something I've been working on with myself is what is Christina doing right now, not having a goal. So it's actually been a little bit uncomfortable, but a little bit more about finding myself this summer rather than trying to find myself through working for something. So long story short, I don't know yet. I'm
I
just
love
working on
that.
being the best version of myself right now, and I've learned that that's okay.
Honestly, yeah, that's kind of been the journey I'm on this summer as well. Like, I kind of started this stream by like addressing the fact that I haven't really been online since like sometime in May.
Hmm.
And it's August is tomorrow, which
Hmm.
is not great when you're like trying to build a brand the way I've been trying to do, but I needed it. Like I just needed it. And at first it was like, okay, I'm just gonna take a week off because I was running for like three
Hmm.
weeks straight and really 4 months straight. I like hadn't
Hmm.
given myself a break to do anything, just sort of chill. I was always trying to like flush out more ideas and then there were no more ideas. I just couldn't
Hmm.
do anything, you know? And it happened like so quickly, I wasn't prepared for it. And then it's been me trying to get myself back to exactly what you're saying. Like, do
Hmm.
I even have a goal? What is it? Does it
Hmm.
like, is it what I always thought it was, or are things shifting? That's exactly where I am right now.
Exactly. Recently, I feel like my goals have completely changed, which I'm like mentally like it's okay to grow and change. Like that's that's how you grow. But yeah, it is hard looking back and trying to realize what your priorities are. So I've been doing a lot of just self-discovery, a lot of like self-help and reading and just talking to so many friends and families and getting outside to try to like just reshift my energy and kind of refocus and figure out like how could I be the best version of myself regardless of what we're working for.
Yeah, absolutely. And to kind of delve into the whole gist of this, what have been some of those getting to your best self practices or just sort of maybe things that are new that you're learning that you enjoy for self-care?
Mhm. So going back to goals, I like to achieve different goals, but I realize, in a bigger sense, it's okay to take a break from those. But one thing, like every day I have to do just to feel like I did something, I take 10,000 steps a day. I feel like that's the basic one, but just
Yeah,
getting out there and moving. And I've also challenged myself, and it's a small goal, but to read 10 pages a day. Like those little
I love
self-care
that.
habits and being able to check them off your box at the end of the day, no matter how big or small, really have helped me feel fulfilled. And then, of course, just spending time with my little man over here, getting him outside as much as possible and just having him happy and seeing him smile always just makes my day.
I get it. I have a fur baby also, and yeah, doing anything with him, like just changes my perspective on everything. Like the other morning, he woke me up at like three something in the morning because he had to go to the bathroom. And I'm kind of a weird sleeper. Once I wake up, I'm like up for the
Hmm.
day. Obviously, I didn't really want to be up at three something in the morning, but just like as soon as we came back inside, he was like, he wanted to play and he wanted to snuggle. And it's like those moments when I can just be silly with my dog,
Hmm.
they mean so much more to me because I know how much it means to him. Do you know what
Means
I mean?
exactly. Like I say, this guy has never had a bad day in his life. He is always happy. He's the same way. Like we have sprinklers outside my building. It's the little things. When he sees the sprinkler, it is like his birthday, Christmas, best day ever. It's like, let's go chase after the sprinkler. And like during walks, he likes to stop and look at the birds. And I used to get so annoyed with him. I'm like, come on, we got places to be. But now I'm like, he's teaching me how to live and like live my best life and just stop and like smell the roses or the squirrels and birds in this case. Like he's really teaching me how to like take care of myself while I'm taking care of him.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. And like I grew up on a farm, like being a part of taking care of
Really?
animals my whole life. But there is something very different about being almost 30 and having a dog that I got like myself, for myself, roundabout way. Like we were fostering him for a while and then foster failed, just could not say goodbye to this dog. But he has just become like kind of my lifeline, I guess. Like my
Hmm.
whole schedule now, especially because I work for a school, so I'm off for the summer. My
Hmm.
schedule is around him, like frequent outside breaks. And my dog also loves swimming, so I bought him a little kiddie pool. And yep, he just hangs out on our back patio. And
So
he wants to
cute.
go swimming. He goes swimming. I watch him, and yeah, I get it. I love it.
Exactly. Like he's my first, adult pet that I had as an adult and on my own, and like wouldn't change it for a thing. He's taught me so much about myself and like so much about how to just enjoy life and take care of myself. So it's like the little angel I didn't know I needed at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said you've been doing a lot of reading. I also am a big reader. I'd love to hear, if you have any book recommendations or whatever you're reading currently.
Yes. So saw this online and I was like, I need to get offline and actually read this. Let Them. It's by Mel Robinson. I have it in my nightstand. And the whole let them theory, which I can't explain too well right now because I'm not done with the book, but it's really just about finding your internal peace and happiness and not letting it be influenced by other people or other factors. You can only control what you can control, and you shouldn't let it control your whole life. So that's my synopsis right now.
Wow.
I'll probably have a little bit better one when I'm finished, but I've been trying to just read that at least 10 pages a day to just try to refocus and find my internal peace, because I know with social media and work and jobs, um, and just different things going on with family, it is sometimes it's just so hard to find that inner peace. So being able to read that at night and get my healthy reminder, that I can only find peace from within has been so helpful. And in addition to that, I have a deck of cards at my nightstand that have like a positive affirmation. So
Hmm.
every week, like Sunday night, I'll change it for the week. So I have a new positive affirmation that I see every morning when I wake up. So my current one is, I choose to be patient and trust the process. So that's something that I've been trying to live by this week, but I change it every week to try to have something else, to work for that week.
I love that.
Yes, very
I think it's
helpful.
so important, like having something to go back to. Like I have a personal mantra that I go back to like anytime I'm in like a high stress situation. And I just kind of repeat it to myself in the back of
Hmm.
my mind until eventually like that takes over the focus and I'm calm enough to, proceed
Hmm.
with some semblance of rationale.
Hmm. So when you're competing in pageants, like what is your go-to? Because those could be high stress times. Like, what is your go-to centering or refocusing tip or phrase?
Honestly, in those situations, music, whether I'm actually able to have headphones with me
Hmm.
backstage or not. Sometimes my own paranoia won't allow me to actually like bring them backstage. I'm like super weird about, I'm like kind of like a dragon about my stuff. I've had my stuff stolen out of a dressing room though, so it like kind of traumatized me a little bit.
Hmm.
And I've never really calmed down about it since. So sometimes I just sort of like I don't know how to explain it. I guess I associate like the vibe for whatever pageant with a specific song. And so
Hmm.
whenever I need to kind of like recenter, I go back to that song. It's
Hmm.
usually something by Beyonce because she and I have the same birthday. I feel like very energetically
Oh,
connected to her.
okay.
Yeah. So like then I just sort of like kind of repeat it to myself like in my head or just sort of like let it play in my head. And I'm usually like doing some sort of weird form of like I'm dancing, but I'm not really dancing because I get like nervous energy when I'm
Hmm.
backstage. Yeah.
Yes.
And then I kind of like disassociate on the stage. I kind of have no idea what the hell has gone on. And then I
Oh,
come off the
honestly,
stage and I'm like, I
relatable.
hope I did a good job.
People are always like, "How do you feel?" I'm like, "I blacked out. I don't know. I couldn't tell you."
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I have no idea. I just remember like that I got stuck in my train as I tried to turn around. I hope no one else
Yeah,
noticed.
you notice the little things, and I'm like, the rest, I don't know. I heard them call my name, and then the rest was just a mystery.
Honestly, I don't even hear my name be called. I get like the backstage cue or like the person next to you who's like, okay, go. And I'm like, gone. And next thing I know, I'm trying to get back down the stairs on the other side. I'm like, okay.
We've all
If
been
I don't
there.
remember, hopefully that means it was good.
Exactly. We've all been there. People always say, "How do you feel?" I'm like, beats me. Like,
Right. And like my vision isn't bad, but like it's good enough that I wear glasses. I hate wearing contacts. So like I just compete blind on stage. I can't even see. I'm like, we go through this in rehearsal. It's muscle memory now. I know where the mark is. I can get to the mark.
I never knew that about you. Maybe that's like almost calming. You can't see everybody, maybe?
Like
Like,
some I can see closer to me, I cannot see distance. So like I but my I wear like my glasses are like really loud. They are like black and white stripes and they've got like flowers all over them. So I don't like to wear them when I'm like
hmm.
filming because they're a distraction really. But yeah, no, like I do not have great vision. And I try, like every couple years I try to do contacts and I can't. They just irritate my eyes so much.
Yeah, I have contacts, but it took years to find the right ones that I could wear all
Yep.
day, that I felt like I didn't have something in my eye 24/7. Like it took years. So I understand the struggle. It's very frustrating at times.
Right? And like I found a pair that I do, or like a set that I guess I can wear, but like I can't do a whole 8 hours yet. I can do like 6 hours, and like that's the work day. I
Hmm.
then have to be able to see to like drive home. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wear my glasses.
Yep. At that point, it's a little bit easier. And with my contacts,
Yeah.
I always have to carry a spare everywhere I go, just in case. So, like, I, yeah, I have my glasses, and like sometimes I'm just like, I'm so thankful for this because the contacts, I'm over it.
Right? And like I had the first pair of glasses, so I didn't realize that I even needed glasses till I was in college. I think maybe a sophomore,
Mm.
and that's because I was that dummy that was like reading with like a flashlight or a candle, even when I couldn't find a flashlight as a kid. I just never wanted to put my books down. So then when I got my glasses and yada yada yada, it's great. And in the middle of the pandemic, my glasses broke, but we weren't able to like go to doctors yet, so I started ordering them online from this place called Zenny, and they have the
Okay.
coolest frames and they're cheap. They're like mad cheap. Both pairs of glasses I have now, I've got two, including my prescription, and shipping them to me were like $40.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah. So I recommend them to everyone because even if you just throw a cheap pair like in your bag to have as like
Hmm.
a, just in case, it's so worth it. And they do
You're
like
going,
readers and transitions and everything. So
you're
they've
gonna
got
have to
options.
message me that because I have
Yeah,
one
for
pair and
sure.
they're
You
my
know what?
lifeline.
I'll put it in the comments.
Please, because they're my lifeline when I travel. I'm like, if I lose them, this is it. Like at night, you're not
Yeah.
seeing anything. So I'm going to
Yeah,
need that.
honestly, the first pair I bought from them were really cool. I thought they were really cool. They were tortoiseshell, but they had blue in them, and the frames were round. And I literally like I broke them at the beach. This was years ago, and but it was like so they're so cheap. It was a no-brainer. So now I still have the broken pair. They're my just in case pair that I keep in the car for like every once in a blue moon. I legitimately leave the house without my glasses. It's like it's just it never happens. Like, but it does
But
every
that's why
once in
you
a
have
while.
to
And so
have,
like I
yeah,
like to keep a pair in the car so that I can actually make it home at the end of the day.
safety first. That's the first priority.
Exactly. So you said you were taking time to just really like figure out what you wanted out of your life. Do you have
Hmm.
any idea what that might be, or even some things you just know you don't want to include? I think that's like a great concept to talk about also.
Hmm. Coming from the pageant world, the goal was to always, make it as far as you can, make it, to that stage. And it's so hard sometimes to not put your whole worth in like that one goal. So the biggest thing for me this summer was like, who is Christina off stage? Who is she when, she's not a pageant girl and she's just being her? So that was one thing I realized I still want sometimes, but also it's not my biggest goal anymore. And it's not, to anyone's fault. It's not, to say it's not important or valuable anymore. But for me, it was just kind of like, maybe it is time to grow and move on. Who knows? The future's unpredictable, but it's been such a journey for me this summer, finding value in myself off the stage and, outside of the spotlight, and just me as a person, as a nurse, as a friend, as a daughter. Like, who am I at this point? So, I am getting a little bit older, and that was just something that it was a lot of ups and downs figuring out who I am. And I'm sure, you can relate sometimes, like who are you inside the pageant world and who are you outside the pageant world? And are you the same person, and are you truly representing yourself both inside and out of that world?
Yeah, 100%. In my own way, have been going through a similar journey this summer. I was talking to my mom about this morning, I think. Like, I'm gonna be 30 in September, which isn't actually old. I know it's not. It just sounds scary because it's a whole new decade. And society says we're supposed to have hit certain goals by this time. And some of them I have, and some of them I thought I did. And then I screwed them up. And, it's like just weird trying to figure out like exactly what you're saying. What the hell do I want out of my life? Like, where and whether you're setting an I want to achieve goal or a I know I need to steer clear of goal, or like you were saying, not even having a goal, just being, just vibing and going where the wind takes you. It's like, I don't know. It's a give and take of control, isn't it? That's what it
Hmm.
comes down to. Either being comfortable enough to let life kind of guide you, or meeting it halfway and putting that little bit of oomph behind it.
Hmm.
It's overwhelming at times.
Like, I feel the exact same way. I'm 27, will be turning 28. So the goal was always, we're going to get married by 28. Nowhere near that. We'll be having kids soon within another year or two. Nowhere near that. And it's like, so now what? Because that's what I envisioned for myself for almost the past 3 decades, and what I was, conditioning myself to learn. Where now I'm like, are you a failure? Is there something wrong with you? And I talk to all my friends about this constantly, because I know, like, we're not the only ones in this boat, but that is something that, like, coming towards the end of your 20s, I'm like, wow, we need to do a lot of, like, rethinking, and honestly just a lot of reshaping how we view ourselves and take care of ourselves, because it's been a journey, and I'm not near complete, but I'm in the same boat where, like, it's okay to not have everything figured out, and it's okay, to not have those boxes ticked that you thought you would by now.
Yeah, or I mean, even like ticked in ways you didn't think they would be. Cause like I got married in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
We are not still together right now. We're trying to figure it out, but like, not to out myself as being weird. We went to the beach together the other day. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't know. I like him as a friend, but like as a husband, he was annoying. I don't, it's like I don't
And you don't need to have it all figured out. We think it's like
know.
you get it done, you're
Exactly.
figured out, and that's it, and that's the end of the story, and, like, the rest is history. But you don't need to have it figured out. You
Yeah.
don't.
Exactly. And that's like, I'm so curious as to when, where, why so many of these like societal expectations were placed on us. And not just us as an age group or us as a gender, just like us as a people. Like, why are we always comparing ourselves? Like, and I'm sure you get this. We know a lot of the same people through pageants.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing all these people getting engaged, getting married, having kids, having a multiple of kids. It's like I'm so happy for these people because it's so exciting for them, but it's like also mildly soul crushing for myself because it's like I tried doing all of that and it didn't work out the way I thought it would. Is that a me problem? Is that like a skill issue? It's like, but it's why do I even want to compare myself against someone
Mm-hmm.
else's happiness? Like, that's so dumb. What makes them happy and what makes me happy are inherently different because we're inherently different people.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, here we all
Yes.
are.
I I couldn't agree more. I am the first one to cheer on my friends and text them when they're having their happy moments and these highs of their life. But you have to admit, like, internally, I'm telling myself it's okay, but you do get a little bit crushed sometimes. Why isn't it me?
Yeah.
Like, having that pick me moment, But everything, I'm like a firm believer that, no matter what you believe or who you believe to, or just everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Every struggle we have in our life is set there for a reason. So, what is put in front of me might not be put in front of another person, or vice versa, for a certain reason. So, I'm a full believer that everything will work out for each and every one of us. Just sometimes we all take a little bit of a different journey, a little bit of different time.
Yes. And I've had to remind myself that a lot this summer as I have, to put it as the children say, fumbled the bag with opportunities that I either didn't like take seriously or put enough time in or, whatever else fell apart because of it. But also remind, like you were saying, like it's okay to not have a goal. It's okay to just be, which I apparently was too high strung of a person to be okay with until that was the only choice I had. And not even just that, but like just being okay sitting in this unknown, because there's like a lot
Hmm.
of things that I probably need to address in like put some effort into. But again, there's only so far you can take yourself. Like I'm in the process of trying to find a new job based on a whole bunch of different things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mostly being the fact that it is not sustainable to not get paid over the summer when you're not a dual income anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So working on that process, and that process is like a slow and steady wins the race. I can only do so much. And that is like, I feel like I go back and forth with the people around me all the time because everybody has a suggestion and I appreciate it. But again, there's only so much I can do. I can only do so much. I have to kind of just let it work out for itself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of trouble with that.
It's finding that healthy balance between you're doing okay, you don't stress yourself out, everything will work out, and like, okay, I also need to be taking steps. It's like finding that healthy balance between am I doing enough, not too much, and like making sure you're taking care of yourself in the process because that's the most important part.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. I saw this meme like eons ago. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates everything we talk about on this live stream. It's a triangle and like the points don't meet, but at each point there's like having a social life, being a good like family member, and then like a work balance or something. And I don't remember the exact wording, but it's basically like you get two. You're either like super tight with your friends and really good at work, or super tight with your family and really good at work, or or not. Like you get two options. There's not enough time for all three. And I have to remind myself of that sometimes. And I also have to remember that it's okay to readjust those priorities.
Mm-hmm. It is. I
That
feel
like
like I
sometimes I'm
pivot.
going to be a super awesome family member, sometimes I'm a super awesome friend, sometimes I can't be either.
I feel that I feel like I probably pivot between 2 points at all times, and then realize, oh, you neglected the third for a little bit. You need to like reassess. So I feel
Yes.
that in my soul, definitely.
Yeah, 100%. And like I feel like it always changes, you know, like, and maybe this is like a seasonal thing. Like when it's warm and nice out, like I don't want to be doing anything with other people. I want to be with my dog outside, like either on the beach or like out hiking or something, like, or traveling. Like my mom and I are always together. She's basically my best friend. So I don't even count her as other people. She's just like the other half of my myself,
Existence. Yeah.
basically, because we just went on a camping trip and it was probably like the first vacation where we just like went on vacation. We hadn't like planned anything. And the first 2 days I annoyed her so much because I was like, we've gotta. And she's like, what do we gotta? We're in a forest. What do we gotta? I was like, oh my God, you're right. We just don't have to do anything. And
It's
I
like
feel like
putting
it
down the
took
to
that
do.
to like really let go.
Putting down the to do list and just learning how to disconnect. So when you were on the camping trip, were you on your phone at all? Did you completely
I was on
unplug?
my phone like kind of long enough to like take some photos and like videos of when we were doing things, or like if the dogs were doing something silly. Mostly I just used my phone as a flashlight though. We had barely any service. There was kind of no point. It was
Mm-hmm.
so nice. It was so nice.
Mm-hmm. It
In
seems
a
like a nice
weird way,
opportunity.
this is like maybe a me thing, right? So obviously with like this whole we aim to slay stuff, that involves a level of creativity. Anybody who's trying to put stuff online is a creative, whether you will admit it to yourself or not. And when I get super stressed out, like I allowed myself to do in the spring, the first thing I lose is my creative ability. I just can't think of anything to write. I can't come up with an idea for a photo shoot, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And in disconnecting on this camping trip where I didn't have enough service to be making content, I suddenly was so inspired to be making so much content.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then I came home and I'm like, how do I like wrangle the like need to be not forced to make, but still wanting to make? So I'm just trying to like, I'm trying.
Mm-hmm.
That is
It's
really just
hard.
the phrase of the summer is I am trying.
I have a badge reel at work. Well, I have a few. I'm a nurse, so I go through badge reels depending on like my mood for that week, that day. One of them
Yeah.
is like I'm trying my best. like I'm like, I hope people see that and understand, I'm not perfect and we are trying our best today. Like that sometimes that's all you can ask.
Yeah, especially because like you are working with people, I would assume like they're not at their peak because
Mm-mm.
you're a nurse. So people are already kind of like they're trying their best
Their best.
also. So it can be very, my sister is a nurse, so the
Hmm.
tension I'm sure is very high or has the potential to be.
Yes, definitely depends on the day, but you see people not at their best moments, usually at some of their worst. And
Mm.
everyone deals with stress, everyone deals with pain, the issues differently. So a lot of the times when you're at heightened emotions, sometimes they take it out on you and it's not intentional. And it's not, I know it's not a reflection of me or like how I'm doing as a nurse, but things just kind of get thrown at you sometimes and things get said. And it's definitely been a journey about in learning how I deal with stress, how I comfort other people, how you show empathy while also setting healthy boundaries as a nurse with other people. And that's something I feel like I started day one as a nurse, and here I am 5 years later, and we'll probably never completely have it figured out. But for me, it's been having other people working in healthcare and experiencing the same things where like we can just set a safe space and start venting to each other. What went well, what didn't go well, and just be honest and open and not feel like, management's going to yell at us. No, like, how do you personally deal with these situations? Because it does get hard when you're put in situations that are uncomfortable. But you learn how to navigate them definitely through the help of other people.
Yeah, that sounds so fascinating. I don't know. I'm very squeamish. I couldn't handle that aspect of it, but I hear my sister tell stories sometimes and I'm just like, I'm in awe. So thank you for your service, by the way.
And I'm like, yeah, anytime, yeah, sure, thank you, yeah. It's,
Well,
people
I
always say
appreciate
that.
that.
People say that. I'm like, you're welcome, I guess. I don't know. Like,
I mean,
it's not
you're
like I
performing a
don't feel like
service. Like you like you're helping save lives.
I just personally when I hear it, I'm like, well, I'm not like a police officer or firefighter. Like, I'm not on the front line. So I'm like, you're welcome, I guess.
Yeah,
It
no,
doesn't
I
it
get that
doesn't feel
also.
as
'Cause, like
deserved.
when people hear I work in a high school, they're also like they have a an assumption about like what that means. And similarly, I don't feel like I'm doing something super duper crazy. Like I know in a moment when I'm like having an impact, like there are certain kids that have like really bonded with me and have
Hmm.
opened up. Or this year was like the first set of kids that I was there almost their whole time in high school. The kids that graduated this spring, I started when they were sophomores. So that was like really emotional, and it's been cool to connect with some of them in real life because like I knew when I met them like you're a cool person, and when you are legally able to be my friend, we'll have a lot to talk about TV show,
Hmm.
book wise, music wise.
Hmm.
And that's been super cool. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like when you're the one that does it, you don't really think anything of it because it's your normal.
Yeah, it's the day to day. I'm like, you're welcome. It's kind of what I'm here to do. But when I tell stories with my non-healthcare friends and I see their jaws drop when I'm talking about like things that I see, I'm like, oh, okay, like this isn't the norm. Okay, like, okay, this is all making sense now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep,
Like
people get squeamish, and I'm like, oh, you got to stop talking, Christina. You got to put a filter on. Like, I forget. I'm not with the healthcare friends right now.
right, like so my grandfather was a surgeon, my sister's a nurse, my grandmother was a nurse, my mom was in veterinary medicine and a phlebotomist forever. Like a lot of people do that kind of science in my family, and I'm like, guys, I can't even watch these doctor shows. Okay, they start cutting into people and I'm out. Like, please don't talk about it around me.
I get it. It's not for everybody. Everybody has their special thing. Everybody has their niche. Like you found yours. Like as long as we all find what we do best and how we can help others.
Yeah, and yeah, you're right. That's good perspective to have. It's like it's hard sometimes being like the artist, I guess. Like, and it's not even that I'm like the only artist in my family. We all have like a side quest art thing
Hmm.
that we do. But everybody who is of adult age, because I have one sister that's still a teenager, has like a grown up job. and I'm like the one that doesn't. And that's weird. Because like I did kind of have like a set career that I was like dead set on. And then I was a newspaper reporter. And then during the pandemic, our office shut down. And I don't know, like I hate to blame like COVID to still being like a thing, but it like really rocked me in a way that I guess I'm only just now starting to address all of it, which is like weird.
It reset a lot of like what we know and how we operate.
Yeah.
When you think about like 5 years, well, almost 6 years ago, there were like no remote jobs. There were a few, but
Mhm.
people weren't working from home. I mean, things were set up completely differently. It really forced us to kind of reset. Some, I think, for better and some for worse, but COVID really did just reset everything we know inside of healthcare, outside of healthcare, and just as not only a nation, but as a globe.
Yeah, and kind of how we approach things like I was saying before, even on this vacation, like at the beginning of COVID, I could not let go. Like I was still working through that if we counted starting in like March, because that's kind of when everything went crazy here. Um, I worked for like that month, and then April 1st, they called us into the office and told us like we're closing the office like officially. You don't work here anymore. You are unemployed, which was like kind of fine because at that time like everybody was kind of unemployed. So, you just did your unemployment and you kept it moving, and then time kept going, and 10 months later, 12 months later, I finally found another job. But at that point, I had just like found a job because I needed one. Like bills needed to be paid again. And that's when we needed to do. And I feel like I've just been kind of like jumping from job to job to job because I just need to be able to like pay my bills. And that is, I don't want to keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It
Not
just feels
feeling,
really stressful?
feeling you like you want to do something, I guess, more permanent, not just because you have to
Yeah,
do it.
I guess like I don't know if you buy into astrology at all, but I have a lot of earth energy. I have majority earth sign energy. And in that manner, I like to root deep and I like to know that some things are set. And so in this last year, I guess going on 2 years now, nothing has really been set. And that has been super uncomfortable, but it's also like you were saying before, like that's where the growth happens.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to like readjust and like we've been saying, yes, having I know where I want to go, or I know at least where I want to head, but I don't want to stress myself out by trying to make like so many goals that now I can't accomplish any of them because I'm just
Mm-hmm.
crazed by the idea and trying to find that balance, like you were saying.
Yeah, I have been telling myself on repeat, few phrases, but growth never happens in your comfort zone.
Hmm.
And that has been one of my biggest ones. You might be a little uncomfortable right now for both of us, I think, not having a goal, but it's also where we're growing. It's where you're learning. So I'm just keep repeating that in the back of my head. Like growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone, Christina. Like it'll be okay. You're learning.
Yeah, I love that. And I think that's so important for like, yes, we're close enough in age that I can say like our age group, especially because we're like hitting that weird next milestone as an age group. But I think also for the young people and even for like our parents and older, like it's okay to make changes. It's okay to address that things aren't going the way you want them to, whether it's a big change or a small change. Being
Mm-hmm.
able to identify the discomfort and then address it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are like two separate steps. Step one is identify that there is discomfort, and being able to do that first step sometimes is the insurmountable obstacle we're all afraid of even doing.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we should write a book.
You know what?
Yeah,
Maybe
step
we
one,
should.
step two.
Although we'll have to come back to that as a 2026 goal.
Exactly. And also, I don't know if we can finish it yet. We're still figuring it out.
Oh my
It'll,
God. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
We'll add as we go.
I love that.
An ongoing book.
Oh my God, no. Honestly, I don't even hate that idea. So we'll give it a couple more years and then we'll have to touch back on that idea.
Yeah, it could be like a journal at this point, you know?
Yes, actually, yeah. I do journal and like I hadn't for a while. I got back into that this summer and it has made such a difference just being able to get the thoughts like out of my head, the ones that just keep like circling and circling.
So
So I recommend it
how
to everyone.
I have tried to get into journaling and I I just feel uncomfortable. It's not for me. So like how often do you journal? Like how much do you write? I feel like when I'm doing it, I'm just sitting there like you're not doing this right. And all I'm thinking about is how you're not journaling right rather than like actually letting it all out there. So like what is your technique?
When I feel like I'm going to break, I pull out the journal and I put any thought that comes into my brain on the page. I don't care what it is. I don't care if and I'm a writer. I double majored in college in journalism and literature.
Okay.
I don't spell things with any sort of cohesion in my journal. It's whatever leaves the pen is on the page.
Hmm.
And every once in a while, I go back, I like to date my entries so that, like, in a couple of months, when I update whatever is going on, I can kind of like keep track of, like, okay, like, this is what was going on. It's been some time now. I can actually understand, like, oh, okay, like, you were going crazy because blah, 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 blah. And what I don't do that often. Like, I pulled it out of a box at the beginning of the summer because I was in crises and I needed to start writing things down. And then for like 3 weeks, I wrote it in every single day. It's been sitting open on my nightstand for a month and a half and I haven't written in it. I
Hmm.
thought about writing in it last night, and then, truth be told, I put on K-pop Demon Hunters and fell asleep.
Sometimes that's what you got to do though too.
Exactly. So, like, I may put last night's thoughts in it today just so that I don't forget what I was thinking about. But honestly, I might not. I don't hold myself to any kind of structure with the journal. The journal is there as
Okay.
like a safety blanket. When I need it, I have it. When I don't need it, it's still just there in case I need it. In case I want to look back and remind myself that we've felt way worse than we do right now.
I kind of love that though. Like when I have tried, I made it too structured. I'm like, you need to write every night and it needs to be like, you need to write this much. I made it an assignment for myself. And then I wonder, oh, why isn't this working for me? So like that was actually helpful to hear, like, just go with the flow, right? When you need to. And like, you don't need to make it a school assignment.
The only structure I have for my journaling is that I have a separate journal for like separate things. So when I have like dreams that seem like really crazy or stick with me, I have a journal just for writing dreams down. And then when I have like, oh, I'm in crisis, that's like my main journal. I shouldn't call it like being in crisis, but it's like when I'm overwhelmed or
Uh-huh.
like really having like a lot of feelings, we'll say. That's like my main journal. I've had that one since I was 16. It was gifted to me by like one of my best friend's moms for my 16th birthday. And so that one has like sentimental value. So that's
Hmm.
sort of like, I dump my life into that. But I tried, that's the only structure I put on my journaling is that separate concepts have a separate journal. When I meditate, that has its own journal for when I like reflect on it at the end.
Oh, wow. I'm learning. I'm learning today. I like that.
I'm learning too. I also thought like you were so put together. I thought that you were older than I was, like as an adult.
Oh no, I feel so. This summer I felt so not put together, but no, we're around the same age. We're going through it at the
I
same time.
know. I don't know. I guess like I don't know. I feel much younger to myself. Like I don't know how to like but like in my soul I'm a much younger me than I actually am. So then when I like realize that I'm like an adult, it's so weird. Like
Mhm.
sometimes I'll be like the substitute teacher in a class and kids will ask me questions thinking like I'm adult enough to like have the answer and I'm like that's like a mom level question. And while I am old enough to be that, I have not acquired the secret mom knowledge yet. So
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I'm going to give you permission to Google that on your phone right now.
I feel when I see teenagers out, I'm like, oh, we're all the same age. Like, oh, like we could be friends. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, wait a minute. Like we're like over 10 years apart now. Isn't it like a
Do you know what it
crazy?
is they start speaking in their teen lingo, and I'm like, huh?
When I have to start Urban Dictionary, like the word
Yeah. Well,
Riz.
I have a 16-year-old sister, so I just text her and I'm like, translate this into English, please. She's like, it means you're cool. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Okay, in layman's terms.
Yes. So like I was saying, right, that some of the kids at where I work graduated this year. I was the academic advisor for a club and like the founding members graduated. And I wanted to like host a little meetup for us this summer. So I messaged them and they kept sending back FYE, which is like for your entertainment,
Okay.
right? No. Apparently
Oh,
the youths have made shorthand for fire when like that's fire.
FYE?
FYE.
I would have never guessed that. I would have thought it
No.
was the store for your entertainment.
Yes, yes, the toy store
That's
from when
literally.
we were kids. And that's when I learned I was old.
I didn't even need to write that down. I
Because
still never.
FYE doesn't exist anymore
No, it
as a
doesn't.
store.
But I'd be like, great, the legacy lives on for your entertainment. Okay.
But no, apparently they've shortened the word fire.
I didn't know it needed to be shortened, but I'm gonna respect the younger generation.
Right? But like also we were saying like that things were fuego back away and you know what I mean? It's like why am I on this high horse that FYE doesn't make any sense when like I was one of those kids that would text with a K instead of a C because I just liked it, or a Z instead of an S because I just liked it.
Do you remember emails? You used to be able to have a signature at the bottom. Like
Yeah.
I remember I'd do like two and then like cool with a K, like for school, just random words, like random phrases. And every once in a while, I'll like accidentally search for an email for something and it will come back from like 2012. And I'm like, Christina, what were you even saying? I can't even read this.
Sometimes I go through like my Facebook memories because I was like 12 when I got on Facebook. And I look at the things I post and I'm like, what were you doing? Like, okay, not everybody knows you're angsty. You didn't need to copy and paste the lyrics to some Evanescence song as your Facebook status. Like, but I was doing it on MySpace too. It's like, ugh, I'm old.
I wonder if MySpace, so I was never allowed to have a MySpace and for a long time a Facebook, but does it come up at all?
I
Like, are
don't
you able to
know. I
revisit
think
it?
technically as a website, it's still out there, but I don't know. I've tried to hack back into my MySpace. I have no idea
Oh, so maybe
how to
some
do it.
things are just better,
Yeah,
left
I
in.
don't actually want to know. Like, although I do kind of because we were like coding and didn't even know it when we were like designing. And I all of the time I spent on MySpace was just like designing what my MySpace looked like. That was actually one of the things I hated about Facebook in the beginning is that everybody's Facebook looked the
Look the
same.
same. I was
Yeah.
always so jealous because MySpace, you could have the songs, right? Like, you could have like a song.
Mm-hmm.
I was never allowed to have one. I'm like, what would my song be? Like, I'm not like, I just felt
You
so
could put like
uncool.
five. You could put like five songs.
I think we should bring it back, honestly.
I love that. Did you ever have the little it was called like a hit clip or whatever? And you would like clip it to your pants. It had like one headphone
Yes.
on it and it would have like these little squares that
Yes,
looked
that
like
you
a
like
floppy disk, but they were like this big.
when
And
you
you
have
would
them on
get
a
like the first
keychain.
30 seconds of a song.
But that was the one you could have on a keychain, right? With like a few.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
So
I
I
never
feel
had
like
one,
we
but all
just
my
need
kids,
like
all my
that,
friends.
like, but for our Facebooks, exactly like you're saying, like on MySpace, you know, or for like Instagram. They had that on Instagram for like 2 weeks where you could like have a profile
A
song.
profile song. I wonder why they
But
took
I
that
don't want
down.
just one. I want like a profile playlist, like a, you know, here's something from each genre that I'm into so that you kind of have like a more full understanding of who I am as a person. I don't think I could pick just one song.
I'd be like, what time of day it is? Like, this is my morning song. This is my unwinding
Yes.
song. I agree. We could petition for that.
Yeah. Like who I am at 2 a.m. is not who I am at 2 p.m.
Oh, I tell people I'm two different people. After the sun
Yes.
sets, like I'm like completely different person. Like I'm wide awake, going through my thoughts. Like
Yeah,
A
like
lot
not
different.
everybody can handle my vampire personality. It's why it's my at-home personality.
That comes out at night. Exactly. I
Yes, it's a moon-centric thing.
That's a good vampire. I like that because that is how I feel most nights.
Yeah, I was up in the middle of the night this like last night on TikTok, which is like where I did not need to be, but the K-pop demon hunters have infested my phone. I can't get away from them, and I don't want to. I'm obsessed.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know like anything about that.
It's some Netflix movie. It's been out for like I think it's been out for like a month now, honestly. And if you're not into animated stuff, you might not like it because it is animated, but it's like that animation that is like it looks like it could be real. It's like CGI.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe it,
Uh-huh.
but I don't know. I like it. It's about these like girls and they're in a K-pop band and they like save the world. They protect it from demons, and the
Huh.
demons try to start a boy band to destroy the world. And the music is so good, so good.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I went through
It's
a
on
whole like
Netflix.
I watched The Pit for a while, went through that phase. Sad to admit, I just binged Love Island.
I haven't watched a gosh darn episode of it. Actually, it took me Googling it to understand the I'm a mommy thing.
There are so many like new memes and sayings from it. This was the first time I've ever watched it, but I was like, I feel like I'm relating to the kids right now. I finally know what everybody's talking about. It was pretty good. Now I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys show.
Oh, the cheerleaders
Hmm.
documentary?
Hmm.
That sounded really good, actually.
And it's a small world because I know growing up that there were a couple girls in the pageant world that actually did end up going to the Cowboys, and there's one girl now, Reese, who is from the pageant world. So I just love watching it and like kind of focusing in because I'm like, I can tell, like, I'm like, you look familiar. And then I do a little like late night, like Instagram stalking, and I'm like, oh, this is how I know you. Like,
I had one of those moments watching The Bachelor, and I was like,
yes.
wait a minute, I know you. And then I'm like, oh my God, yes, I do know you. It's
Mm-hmm.
also weird though, like I'm kind of at the age now where the people that are on these shows are like much younger than I am in some instances. And it can be kind of hard to relate to them. God, I hate that. Like, I hate it that I just said that. Like, this summer I read the Empyrean series, The Fourth Wing, Iron Flame,
Mm-hmm.
Onyx Storm. I'm doing a reread right now, actually. And the main character's like 20, 21. And sometimes I'm like, yes, girl, go get it. And sometimes I'm like, girlfriend, you need some perspective. Like, you need to listen to the people around you that are a little bit older and they are giving you sound advice.
But mentally, we still feel mentally. I still feel like I'm 20, still relating to
I
them.
know. I know. And I feel like sometimes I even feel younger than that. Like I feel like I'm still like waiting to get my learner's permit.
I feel like I was much wiser back then. Like as I get older, I'm like,
Yes.
you were very wise and patient for your age, and now I feel like sometimes I'm aging backwards.
Yes, I was just talking to someone about this and like again, not to blame COVID, but I think COVID like broke my brain. I was like a a fully fledged adult at 22 or whenever 24 whenever the
Hmm.
pandemic started, and now I feel like a teenager again, and like not the cool kind that is like social and hanging out with people. I feel like that the same high schooler I was when I actually was there, just at
Hmm.
home reading my books, no idea what's going on outside.
Hmm. It's okay. You know what? We'll figure it out with time. That's been my theme. We'll figure it out. No need to rush. We got to enjoy the journey too. That's been like my. We'll get through it.
Exactly.
You will.
Yeah. Got to
Yes.
remember to find a little like, yes, we don't grow when we're comfortable, but like finding comfort in the
Hmm.
discomfort.
Just learning how to enjoy the journey and the process. Exactly.
All right, my love. I've had you for like a really long time, so I will let you sort of wrap up if there's any last minute advice or any sort of like self-care practices you think people should try, whatever you'd like to say to kind of wrap up, whatever your final thoughts are.
Yeah. I think in the theme of everything we were talking about today, it's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay. I assure you, you know, if you're in a low, and this is coming from me who's hit quite a few lows this summer, it will get better. And to just find your support, find your comfort, find your thing, your niche, find what works for you. Whether it's getting outside, your pets, your friends and family, journaling, as I'm now going to try after speaking
Give it a
today.
try. I hope it works for you.
I will give you an update, but I think it's just so important for everybody to find the thing that works for them.
Yeah,
Because as we said, it's okay to not know what the next step is, but you don't learn in your comfort zone.
absolutely. I totally agree. Christina, thank you so much for joining me.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you for this invite. I was so
Yeah, of
excited.
course.
Like months ago when you were posting about it, I was like, me, pick me.
Yeah, absolutely. I thank you so much. I not only like really wanted to talk to you because I thought you'd have some great things to say, which you did, but like for all the time we've known each other, I don't know if we've ever just like sat down and like had a real
Like a one
conversation
to.
like this, you know?
Mhm.
So this was like really nice to like actually get to know you for a change.
I feel like we're always in a group setting, and it's like, hey, how are you? Good. Like, oh, we got to. We're busy. We're busy. Got to go do
Yep.
things. So like, it's been nice to have like that one on one.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Well, I hope you have a what's today? Wednesday, Thursday. I hope you have a
Thursday.
lovely
Today's
Thursday.
Thursday. I don't know. I'm not
I
keeping track
never
of
know what
that
day.
stuff anymore.
I hope you have a lovely Thursday and
Thanks,
weekend.
you too. Yes, and have a great weekend. Be
Thank you,
safe
thank
out
you.
there, and thank you again for all that you do as a nurse. The whole world appreciates you guys.
Well, thank you for what you do in education because you are shaping the young minds, and we
Whew,
need to
yeah,
shape them well and mold them well. Make good
trying.
people. It's hard, but I have faith in you. If anyone can do it, you can do it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course. All right. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Thank you guys for joining me once again. I will be back next month with our next guest. If you want to check out any of the previous self-care series episodes, make sure you check out We Aim to Slay on YouTube. I'll add the link in the comments. And this video will be uploaded to the YouTube channel of sometime. Yes. Today's Thursday? Yes, today's Thursday. So I'll probably do it tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, you guys. If you're interested in being a part of the self-care series, feel free to shoot me a message. And if you have any topic suggestions for the self-care series, again, please shoot me a message. You can either message me here on Facebook, on any social media platform at We Aim to Slay, or you can submit them via the email, which is weaimtoslay@gmail.com. And can't wait to see you guys soon. Bye, guys.